The true biography of Felix Manalo is a good, written and created by your humble servant, Jerry Cahelon. Just call me Tatang JC. Thank you very much. Before I proceed, my very dear brothers and sisters, friends, countrymen, and acquaintances, may you please don't forget to like, share my videos, and subscribe also to my YouTube channel so you can easily follow through on my next significant manifestations or testimonies. Thank you very much. Part 20 of the Biography of Felix Manalo is a good. The state of our nation, under the administration of President Elpidio R. Quirino, since the year 1948, was filled with chaos, corruption in all areas of government, and senseless murder throughout every corner of the Philippines. All of this was brought about by three primary causes. First, the rebellion of the Hukbalahap or Hooks, together with the rise of socialism and communism ideology from the Russians and Chinese from mainland China, respectively. The second, the large flow of help in finance, commerce, along with the influx of obscene and extravagant lifestyle trends, and careless distribution of military arms and hardware from America throughout the entire country. All of these factors incited so much greed, lust, abuses, and worldliness to many of our countrymen. And third, the unrestricted creation of abusive private armies or bodyguards by wealthy politicians and business owners in every corner of society in the Philippines. The extravagant armed groups and heartless murderers were usually killing anyone just for fun and instilled fear among our innocent people. One of those who sponsors such corruption in our nation is the cult society and quack Iglesia ni Cristo, INCorporation of Sir Felix Y. Manalo. This church secretly formed unnamed armed groups as protectors per se of members and properties of the Iglesia ni Cristo, INCorporation, as well as to counter any of those sprawling assassins and murderers. And with the permission granted by President Elpidio Rivera Quirino, they privately held training of men in self-defense techniques and the use of various weapons, deadly handguns, and rifles inside the chapels of holiness or houses of worship. but the cult Iglesia ni Cristo INCorporation's administration were keeping it hidden, and its brethren per se, declaring these worldly activities in public as rehearsals only for competitions in sports and martial arts per se. In other words, this emboldened and greatly increased the influence of the cult and spurious church of Sir Felix Y. Manalo in society, government, and local authority. Henceforth, the administration of the cult and spurious Iglesia ni Cristo INCorporation was now feared by many people. Almost no one inside and outside of the cult society may dare to fight or dispute the faith of members. Due to the present intimidating authority and great influence of the cult and spurious Iglesia ni Cristo INCorporation in almost every corner of the Philippines and in its justice system, the former antagonists in faith of Sir Felix Y. Manalo were now afraid of his possible upcoming vengeance. Sir Felix Y. Manalo was well known for his character of persecuting his known enemies ever since before. In the early days of the year 1952, one of those seriously affected by Sir Felix Y. Manalo's ruthlessness and persecution was Miss Rosita Trillanes. Miss Trillanes was acquitted in a libel case filed against her by Sir Felix Y. Manalo at the time when the Japanese government granted her appeal. Miss Rosita Trillanes was very apprehensive of her safety and her family. The fact that Sir Felix began to visit her unannounced more often in her hometown of Batangas. Sir Felix was always accompanied by tall and robust bodyguards per se from his bogus Iglesia ni Cristo INCorporation. They would always carry weapons on hand and had some tucked in secretly around their waists. Some of them were carrying longer objects hidden inside big paper bags and large sacks made of buri palm leaves, bayong in Filipino. Surprisingly, just after a few days, without good known reason, Miss Rosita Trillanes and her immediate family went back attending worship services, and she was immediately elected by Sir Felix Y. Manalo as a deaconess in Manila. And so why? Well, because she signed a document of testimonial retraction on November 21st, 1952. It was signed and notarized in front of lawyer Mr. Frolian Tafala in the city of Manila. Noted mainly inside the document is the part to refute all Miss Rosita Trillanes' previous accusations against Sir Felix Y. Manalo. Of course, including her rape accusation against Sir Felix. In this way, Sir Felix may hopefully regain his lost respectable image and could raise his low morality. Sir Felix Y. Manalo and his spurious Iglesia ni Cristo INCorporation's reputations were very important especially at present because his bogus church was supporting the presidential candidacy of Mr. Elpidio R. Quirino for the second term in the upcoming national election on November 10, 1953. This form of nationwide election in the Philippines was very important and historic to Sir Felix Y. Manalo. It is where the humongous treasures of money and land properties sprouting from endorsed political candidates and parties intended for the construction of chapels. It is also the source of money he needed to sustain his extravagant or luxurious lifestyle, together of course with the estate properties where he can build many chapels or houses of worship. He needed all these treasures to construct more houses of worship and in order to reasonably inflate the number of members or voters in his cult and spurious Iglesia ni Cristo, INCorporation. In this kind of plot, Sir Felix Y. Manalo can make the magical scheme and sacred endorsement or block voting cabal by his brethren more believable for the upcoming election. Fortunately, the manner in which Sir Felix Y. Manalo was playing the betting game, he would not lose because only the inflated number of members in his cult clubhouse was being invested. Henceforth, he was called Felix the Banker or cockfighting promoter, and another reason why he used the maiden name Manalo, which means a winner in English. Then, starting in the year 1948 up until the year 1953, began the construction of multiple ecclesiastical divisions in the southern part of the country. This included the division of Sorsogon within the household of churchmaker Mario Rehuso, and likewise the division of Abra within the household of Mr. Melencio Torres, followed by the establishment of division of Marinduque from the shed of churchmaker Pablo de Leon, and the division of Leyte from the tiny shack of Mr. Felix Ortiz. The division of Mindoro Occidental inside the goat and swine cage administered by Mr. Pedro D. Almedina. The division of Davao, which was also established in the large kayak or vinta where Mr. Antonio Jerusalem was dwelling, and the division of Lanao, which was founded within the household of Mr. Rufino Pangan's nephew. With the establishment of all these divisions within the church of Sir Felix Y. Manalo in the south, he was able to inflate or bloat up the membership numbers registered at the central office. With this, many political candidates and parties courted and gave huge donations or gifts to the spurious Iglesia ni Cristo, INCorporation without any reluctance at all. They desired the sacred unified vote or block vote of the cult society of Sir Felix. However, before the actual day of the election on November 10, 1953, Sir Felix Y. Manalo already received his winnings from his betting game in his spurious social clubhouse. He started already the construction of taller and bigger cathedrals in Cubao, Quezon City and Manila, and Caloocan. After, on the outcome of the election, Sir Felix Y. Manalo was happy and content with preparing for the annual Thanksgiving of his bogus church, which was held on December 25, 1953. To my very dear brothers and sisters, friends, countrymen, and acquaintances, may you please stay tuned for the upcoming Part 21 of the biography of Sir Felix Manalo Isagun in my next presentation on the Internet of the Cyber World. Again, to my very dear brothers and sisters, friends, countrymen, and acquaintances, may you please don't forget to like, share my videos, and subscribe also to my YouTube channel so you can easily follow through on my next significant manifestations or testimonies. Thank you very much.